Welcome back to another player build, y'all. Today we have one of the most, if not the most exciting young players in the league, and that is, of course, Ivan Demidov. Let's not waste any of y'all time. Let's hop right into how to make this build for y'all. Let's get it. Now, to recreate Demidov, for his archetype, there really is a few different things you could go with. You could probably make him like a playmaker and it'd be reasonable, but I actually decided to go with a dangler because, in all honesty, out of all the players in the league, I feel like he is the most accurate one to represent a dangler because of his incredible stick handling. So we are going to go with his actual height and weight, which is 6'1", 192 pounds. He is, of course, a left-handed shooter, and abilities and boosts we will come back to as always. Now, first, for Demidov's technique attributes, we're of course going to add 5 to both speed and agility because he is a pretty fast skater and also an extremely agile skater with his 10-2 skating style. So we're of course going to be showing that off in this gameplay. Then we're going to take 3 off both balance and slap shot accuracy, and just take 2 off your wrist shot accuracy as well. Next, for Demidov's power attributes, we're just going to add 5 to acceleration, add 1 to power, and add 1 to puck control. Then just take 5 off your endurance, as like I always say, we're just not focused on showing off the endurance for most of these player builds. After that, for Demidov's playstyle attributes, we're going to add 5 to both passing and offensive awareness because he's just a remarkable playmaker. And I know we didn't go with a playmaker archetype, but I wanted to make his pretty much playmaking attributes as high as I possibly could. So that's why we added 5 to both of those. Then we're just simply going to take 5 off body checking, as body checking is just not really a highlight of his game. Then for your tenacity attributes, like with most of these players, we're just going to be adding 5 to both hand-eye and strength, and take 5 off both durability and shot blocking. And finally, for Demidov's tactics attributes, we're going to add 5 to deking, add 1 to faceoffs because he did play a little bit of center. It seems like the Habs are mostly going to use him on the wing, so that's why I'm not fully making him a center and all that, because that is what he played for the Habs, is wing, of course, but he has played a little bit of center, so I did want to credit that a little bit at least. Then we're going to add 1 to discipline and just take 5 off your fighting skill as well. Now, going back to abilities, for Demidov's zone ability, you could of course go with pretty much any of these different abilities and they would be accurate, but I feel like there is the one that really stands out above all of the rest, and that is of course ankle breaker. 1, because he's a remarkable skater and a pretty fast skater at that, and 2, because he's a remarkable stick handler combined with his pretty fast speed, and when you combine those two things, you get the ankle breaker ability. So I feel like that is just absolutely perfect for Demidov. Then for superstar abilities, like with most of these players, there's a bunch of different abilities that you could go with that would accurately fit them. However, I actually had something in mind that I wanted to do for Demidov, and that is of course the first one being a passing ability. So I decided to go with tape to tape, reason being he's a remarkable passer, and like I said, I could have made him a playmaker probably and it would have been accurate, but he is one of the few players in the league that is like a dangler, and we could accurately represent with a dangler playstyle, so that's why I decided to go with that. But we, of course, had to give him tape to tape as an ability because he is just a remarkable playmaker and passer combined with his remarkable stick handling. But combined with that is also a remarkable shot, especially a remarkable shot when it is close to the net, especially in the slot. That is the definition of the close quarters ability. I think literally 95% of his goals pretty much come from inside the slot. So this close quarters ability is just absolutely perfect for Demidov. So that's why we went with that for his second one. And finally, for Demidov's boost, for his first one, we decided to go with slap shot timing just because I wanted to just even out his shot a little bit more, and I really wasn't sure what to kind of go with for his other boost. But for his next one, I of course decided to go with controlled passing. Reason being for that is, like I said, remarkable playmaker. I just wanted to show that off as much as I possibly could. So giving him that passing boost combined with the passing ability, giving him 91 passing with tape to tape, feels pretty accurate for Demidov. And that is how we recreated Ivan Demidov right here in ESHL. Let's not waste any of y'all time. Let's hop right into game 1 and let's show y'all what we can do with this build. Let's get right into it. Here we are, fellas, hopping into game 1 with this Ivan Demidov build. And I gotta be so freaking honest, I think out of all the builds that I've done this year, even including Michkov, I think this Demidov build may be the one that I'm most excited to do, simply because his play style is just exactly how I love to play in Chel. Oh yeah, that one was a little fluky. We're warming up, fellas. We're warming up. First goal on this build so far. We are just warming up, fellas. Don't worry. Oh yeah, we out. Oh yeah, we out. Do it to him. Oh. Oh, yeah, just how we drew it up, baby. Demidov probably had one of, if not, since Austin Matthews, probably one of the most exciting and hyped debuts for a rookie in a really freaking long time. And ew, what a freaking save, Seymour. One of the most hyped debuts, though, of course. I mean, literally his first shift, he has an assist, comes right back down, and then just has an absolutely filthy move to an absolute backhand roof. I mean, what more can you ask for from a freaking debut? I mean, aside from Austin Matthews, 4 goals in his freaking debut, but that's besides the point. Here we are, fellas, hopping into period 2, and I, of course, talked about the regular season and his amazing debut, but I didn't really talk about the playoffs yet. He did only have 2 points, just 2 assists in 5 games, and wow, that hit off me and went in the net. Cool. Only 2 assists in 5 games, though, and a -5 on that series with the Caps, so you know, definitely not good. Ew. My fuck, Demidov. This build is so fucking filthy, though. So Demidov definitely not the greatest playoff series, but he's only been in the NHL for 7 games now, including that whole playoff series and the 2 that he did start off his career in at the end of the season. So I do expect him to be very, very good this next season. I expect him to be in high contention for the Calder, maybe even win it potentially this year. Well, let me know what y'all think of that prediction down below, because I would definitely not be surprised if that were the case. Oh my goodness. Here we are, fellas, hopping into the 3rd period, and this has been an absolutely phenomenal first game so far. Definitely going to be hard to top it once we get into game 2, but also we need to keep piling on because we have a whole nother period of hockey left to play. Given hopefully these guys don't end up leaving or anything, obviously, knock on wood. But y'all are also going to see that I'm trying to do this 10-2 skating method a lot because Demidov is a very, very unique player and one of the few players in the league that is a 10-2 skater. And just recently this year in Chel, they pretty much added that skating style into the game. So we're really, really going to be showing that off this year and continuing to show that off in this game. I believe there's only 3 players in the league currently that skate like this, and Demidov is by far the most talented, and I'd say probably the best at it. I mean, considering all the success he's had. Oh my gosh, imagine I have that puck through and finish that. And because of that skating style, it is a big part of the reason he is one of the most exciting young players in the league today. And I mean, going to be for a very, very long time, because that 10-2 skating style, it is extremely difficult, and I know that there are some injury concerns because it does leave you kind of vulnerable at times to some different injuries. So hopefully he is able to stay extremely durable with the way that he skates. But honestly, I really think if there's anybody that can do it and be successful with that style, it is absolutely Demidov. Well, I'm not real sure why they left when they did, but it's totally understandable as to why they did, because as you see, we had 4 goals, 2 assists, 6 out of our 6 points on this Demidov build. We were absolutely cooking, making plays left and right, which is exactly what you expect from a Demidov build. Let's hop right into game 2, where we expect to do much of the same, but hopefully show up a little bit more on the score sheet. Let's go for more than 6 points in this second game. Let's get right into it for y'all. Here we are, fellas, hopping into game 2, and I'm not really sure why those dudes just kind of randomly left last game, but I'm not going to complain. We're going to hop right into game 2. Here's going to be the deal. If we can get more than 6 points in this second game, y'all will be seeing 2 gameplays. If we get less than 6 points, y'all will be seeing 3. So whatever happens, happens, fellas. Bang, what an absolutely filthy goal from Demidov. That should hopefully get the boys going a little bit. Now, I can't lie, this Demidov build has definitely got me freaking feeling good, if y'all can't tell, because I feel like I've just not been putting out the best gameplay and all recently, aside from maybe that Wyatt Johnson build. If y'all have not seen that, when I talk about all the stars aligning for that Wyatt Johnson vid, check that out here and y'all will see exactly what I mean for that one. Here we are, fellas, hopping into the second period. Definitely not our greatest period, but I think last period
honestly, last game, it started very similarly. I think we only had like 1 or 2 goals in the first period, and then we absolutely started cooking the hell up in the second period. So let's hope that we can do much the same this second game and score even more goals, get even more points. Like I said, our goal is at least 6 here. I did talk about this in the Lane Hudson video a little bit, but they were still in the playoffs at the time, so now I can say that since they are out, even though they did get out, them making the playoffs this year is such a huge freaking step and such a good experience for a very young and not experienced at all in the playoffs team. It was a very good experience, I think, and it will be very, very, very beneficial to their future. There's just even dipping your water, getting your feet wet a little bit is going to be huge for them, considering how many young exciting players they already have, along with the addition of 2 absolutely remarkable players who they will be getting in this year's draft. I believe they have 16th and 17th overall pick. Correct me if I'm wrong down in the comments for sure. Ah, shit. Oh, fuck. That's me. Bang. Let's fucking go. Oh, did he catch that low key? I think he caught that in the net. But either way, beautiful setup there from Demidov and a gorgeous finish there from Tanner. Here we are, fellas, hopping into the third period where we are, of course, about to get into our player build rankings. Fuck. Ew, good fucking save, goalie. Ew, what a gorgeous find there from Demidov. And fellas, I have to happily say that we have a new #1 build, and I'm just gonna be so honest, this is not because it's a meta build, this is not because it is anything like that. This is hands down the most fun build this year, and simply it just fits best with my playstyle out of all these builds. Like I said, there is not a better player to fit my freaking playstyle than Ivan Demidov, and these 2 games I think have shown exactly that. Hello? So Ivan Demidov will be now coming in as our #1 player build in our rankings. Good save. That was actually crazy though. Oh my gosh, that is exactly why he's #1, fellas. But of course, since Demidov is coming in at #1, like I said, he's not meta by any means. He doesn't have the best defense. He's not the fastest. He's not Connor McDavid fast or anything by any means, but he's just a really solid build, and like I said, fits best with the play style. So he will be coming in at #1. But coming in at #2 still is going to be Chel McCarr. And that one, the reason's plain and simple. That one, I would say, is probably one of the most meta builds that I have made out of all of these player builds. He can play defense. He can jump up with the rush. He can skate like a motherfucker. He can literally do it all, which is exactly what you'd expect from a Chel McCarr build. Shit, I'm sorry, Tanner. All right, here we go, Seymour. Need a big save out of here, brother. Let's go. Beautiful save. But like I said, Chel McCarr, absolutely meta build, and that's exactly why he's coming in at #2. Coming in at #3 still is going to be Connor McDavid. That one, once again, super self-explanatory. Just incredible offensive ability and pretty decent enough defense, gets the job done on defense. Obviously, we have to sacrifice some defense to make him max speed and everything like Connor McDavid needs to have for it to be a Connor McDavid build. But with all things considered, absolutely remarkable build. Solid at faceoffs, just solid at literally everything you could want from a Connor McDavid build. Fuck, and I sold it, dude. I sold it again. But then coming in at #4 is going to be the Matvei Michkov build. Reason being for that one, once again, super simple, much like the Connor McDavid build, just absolutely remarkable offensive talent. Not quite the speed to hang up there with the Connor McDavid build, which is why he's just below him, but that build is just absolutely remarkable as well. And of course, rounding out our top 5 still is going to be the Pavel Datsyuk build, and let's hope I at least get a point here. Oh, thanks. Thanks, Tanner. That was so sweet of you, dude. But, of course, coming in at number 5 still is going to be Pavel Datsyuk. The reason being for this one's plain and simple. Honestly, if Pavel Datsyuk wasn't as good as a defensive center as he was, that build would probably be coming in at number 1 because he's a remarkable dangler too and probably the best stick handler of all time. But he is just way too good at defense for me to not credit that, of course. So I had to make him a two-way forward, whereas with this Demidov build, I'm able to gladly make him, a dangler, which, with all things considered, we were absolutely cooking. Absolutely remarkable second game. As you see, we did only have 4 goals, 2 assists, and we did have 6 points. And I'm going to cheat a little bit. I'm super sorry. But we are going to rock with just 2 games in this video because I feel like we did an absolutely incredible job at showing off what this Demidov build can do. So I feel like even a third game, I feel like it would do good. But I feel like we've already done it way more than enough justice showing y'all what we can do on this build in 2 games that unless we manage to literally hit like the clip of the freaking year or something, I don't know what else we'd possibly be able to do on this build to make it any better and show it off any better for y'all. So with that being said, if you did enjoy this Demidov build and you are enjoying his videos, please feel free to drop a like, comment any other players you want to see me recreate in ESHL down below, and sub with notice on so you don't miss your favorite players in the future. I greatly appreciate you boys watching. Hope to see you on the next one. Peace out, y'all.